Hi, I'm Lauren Fix, and welcome to another episode of The Car Coach. Today, we are driving one of my favorite brands. I am a huge Mini fan. I've had 4 of them. When they reached the US in 2002 and BMW purchased them, I knew they were going to turn Mini around. Not that I didn't love the old Minis and I wouldn't mind owning an old Mini, but the brand has just evolved. It's evolved from the Cooper, which first came out, that had the Countryman and the Clubman, and this is the Countryman, their #1 selling vehicle. However, this is now the largest Countryman, the largest Mini they've ever made. It has a lot of standard features. It actually competes with the Audi Q3 and a Mercedes CLA 250. So this says a lot. Now remember, this really is a German car, although it's built in the UK, and I'm loving this color. But it's got a lot of great features. I'm a huge manual fan. Unfortunately, they delivered this one to me is a all-4S, and it's an automatic. But it still has a sport mode, it's got a mid-range mode, and an eco mode for those of you who want to be eco-friendly. So I think we should take it for a test drive. The 2017 Mini Countryman is the biggest, most adventurous Mini yet. And it's completely reimagined. It looks larger because it is larger and has the all-4 as an option, which is their all-wheel drive. Some new innovative technology, including Mini Connected, and even more passenger room gear and countless fun. I have to say, for starting at $26,600, you're certainly getting a lot for your money. So what does bigger mean? It means more front head and rear headroom, so it's bigger than some of its competitors, more cargo capacity, and more rear legroom, which is required, especially if you're going to put child safety seats in the back. Now when it comes to the back, you open the hatch up. It's got a 40-20-40 split rear seats, which fold down individually, or you can put the cargo floor down. It's foldable. You can make it like a picnic table, I guess, if you're going to do some tailgating. But the fact is, they've really done a great job in designing all this. Now, as I'll say again, the panoramic sunroof is standard. It's great. It's expansive. It's got 2 panels that are sunroof, and they're each separate, so you can adjust them accordingly as you need. Now, rear view camera is great. It's in the center circle, which is what I prefer rather than in a rear view mirror or somehow split out. So that's standard, which is good. Mini Connected is standard. That gets you obviously the engine monitoring, the entertainment, hands-free communications, Bluetooth, and a 6.5-inch high-resolution display. Now there are 3 drive modes. The green mode, which will optimize your fuel economy. The sport mode, which is my absolute favorite. It tightens up the steering. It's more responsive. It gives you a more exhilarating, spirited ride, which I prefer. Or the mid mode, which provides a perfect balance of all. And you can transition between the two. And when you do, the lights around the gauges in front of you actually change colors. So that's cool. And you can also change the ambient lighting as you want. You can also use the key fob. It's a keyless entry. That's something that I think has been needed for Mini for a while. Heated mirrors, rain sensing wipers, rear park distance control. Believe it or not, you need it even in a Mini. So there's some really neat things that this vehicle has, but I'm really impressed with the twin power turbo engine. You can get in a 6-speed manual, yay for manuals, or you can get an 8-speed automatic transmission. I guess that's just a personal choice. There's a lot of things that are new on this car. If you haven't driven one in a long time, I honestly think you should go drive one. And if you go, you know what, it's still not enough power, go take a look at the John Cooper Works. It's one of my absolute favorite models. I actually own a John Cooper Works. Of course, in this particular case, in the Countryman, it's 228 horsepower, and all the details on this vehicle will be down below. And they're making a plug-in hybrid of the Mini Countryman. This is going to be starting at $36,800, and that'll be available late summer of 2017. You got to do it these days in order to make the California regulations, because if you're not selling a plug-in, you're not selling a vehicle in the state of California. So you can get into these vehicles as little as $26,600. You can go all the way up to the Cooper SE, all 4 loaded. It's even more expensive than John Cooper Works, is $36,800, and at that point you're really getting quite a loaded vehicle. These cars are fun. They make a statement. Remember, when you buy a Mini Cooper, you actually buy a family. There's a Mini Takes the States, which I've taken 3 times. Absolutely a blast. Even if you have a friend that has a Mini, do Mini Takes the States. The hashtag on that is MTTS if you're going to look up some pictures and some information on that. All right, let's wrap this up. I gotta say, for $31,000 to start, you're getting a ton of space, more headroom, more legroom, more shoulder room, great back seats, unbelievable cargo. I've been driving this vehicle for a week. I can't find anything wrong with it other than I'm really not a fan of that horrible heads-up display. Do you need it? No. Would I order it with the head-up display? No. But if it came with it, I wouldn't not use it. It makes sense. That's the only thing I think of. I'd like the seats to be a little bit more comfortable. There should be lumbar in a vehicle at this price point. Then again, the competition, depending on which model level, you may not get that as well. Like the new tires, the ride is great. The handling is so precise. It's so German. I don't know. This is one of my favorite cars. I have to say I'm a little biased because I do own a Mini Cooper, but I own a John Cooper Works. But the All4 is great. You can use it year-round. Major plus. The factory sunroof is standard. I mean, that is beautiful. You get a panoramic roof and all this extras that are standard. I gotta say, Mini, you got a winner here, and the competition's not going to be happy about it because you can get a German car for $31,000, and the best thing, and I see this anyone who's looking at a new car, all the maintenance is included. One of the reasons I own one is because I'm not out going, I got to change oil, who's going to change oil, I have to go to the dealer does it all, and every time you're there, they wash the car. It's not a sales pitch for Mini, but it's certainly a closing point for it. So my suggestion is take one for a spin, look at all the competition as well, and number one, don't ever pay retail. Now for more information on all the vehicles that we've driven, including this one, there's information down below. Go to my website at laurenfix.com. Follow me on all forms of social media at laurenfix. We've got some really impressive vehicles we've driven. Check out some of the hot cars we've got. We've been all over the world, and check out those His Turn, Her Turn reviews. We thank you for your comments. We truly appreciate your subscriptions and, of course, your comments. We love your comments. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends, your neighbors, and even your enemies, because everyone's got to know about this car and some of the other vehicles we've driven. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.